the first time they've been in a room together for 8 years. But the love is flowing and it's like they've never been apart.
Did anyone have to be persuaded? What about the other two?
No. Exactly. They jumped on it like that. Yeah.
The band that built its reputation on being loud suddenly fell deafeningly silent back in 2000 after winning numerous awards and completing a sellout tour with She Heart and Fur Patrol.
We quite literally went our separate ways.
Yeah, totally. We got off the ferry.
We got off the ferry and that was it. I was like, where's the band? And I had to carry on.
I grabbed my guitar off the cab over and just bailed. And it was quite a stink, really. I think my little brother was drunk and I don't know.
Weta has gathered in Christchurch where lead singer and guitarist Aaron Tokona lives with his young family. His brother Clinton and guitarist Gabe Atkinson are based in Melbourne, so it's taken a bit of planning. But their resurrection has those in high places excited.
Amazingly talented musicians, incredible songwriters. I think they could have been very big. I think they could have been in the league of She Had.
They have ballads, they have very up-tempo songs. They've got breadth, great lyrics, strong singing. They're Brown brothers. They've got this huge intuitive musical power. A song like Calling On, the way it starts with that huge intensity and then just drops into the tremolo guitar.
When they moved to Melbourne 10 years ago, the young quartet found they could get free alcohol and drugs, but couldn't afford to buy food or pay the rent. And the constant touring led to constant fighting.
We had a few fistfights.
Yeah. Who fought who?
Well, he was generally beating me up. The band was totally imploding underneath me. Gabe's wanted to be the lead singer. He was more worried about what he looked like in jeans than than playing the guitar at the time. I wasn't. My head was not in playing drums a lot of the time. My head was in what's happening for the band as a business. Aaron clearly wasn't enjoying it, and Tookie clearly wasn't enjoying it either.
But ultimately, it was the heart of the band who pulled the plug. Lead singer and main songwriter Aaron Tokona's bipolar disorder led to a breakdown. His worried friends from She Heart famously wrote a song for him.
It was a process of deterioration. I mean, particularly my little brother. I had my own issues, I had my own challenges through that time, and I don't know, I guess there was a sense of, I felt this huge sense of emptiness, and particularly by the fact that we weren't communicating at all.
Aaron says music has always been his saviour, pulling him through a lonely and difficult childhood in a poverty-stricken sole-parent family in the Hutt Valley, where he was in and out of foster homes.
I think the guitar didn't make me feel so alone. It was my best mate, and it served that, during those kind of times, I became really good at it. I had this routine for years where I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do my practice before going to school, and then go to school and then come home and do more practice and have dinner and do more practice.
Over the years, Aaron has played with and been asked to join many overseas bands, including the Super Jesus and Powderfinger, but has rejected fame and fortune for staying near home. And he says he's finally worked through his demons.
I've had challenges with mental health for years, and I've worked through that stuff, and I'm on the other side of that stuff now, and I think that was probably that whole finding my way through that stuff contributed to getting back together again and being able to do this.
Despite spending around $500,000 on the band's album and promotion, which they have never recouped, record company Warner's says there's nothing to forgive, and it would go there again in a flash.
I think they have huge potential. If the opportunity does arise, we'll be there.
G'day, mate.
After 8 years, Weta is finally about to tour its highly acclaimed album and is already talking about the next one. In fact, they've just written their first new song.
Is there pressure?
It's more privilege than pressure. It feels like, going out there and giving something back to people who did love that record, and no, I actually don't feel that sense of pressure. I feel like that it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. All right.